Welcome to 2C3 Pod, Two's Company, Three's a Podcast, Newcastle's #1 film, TV and gaming podcast. My name is Dylan, as always, with my co-host,
Mitchell, and we must be re-recording a hit song for NASCAR because it's time for Tctp, a passing grade? If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
Oh, now, obviously it's a Jim Carrey film.
Ah, well done.
But it's either Ace Ventura or The Mask.
Come on, take your pick.
Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura,
Yes.
1994.
Yeah.
Well done,
First one?
sir. Yes.
First one? Yes. Good.
Yes.
Excellent.
Very
Because I
well
wasn't sure
done.
whether I was going to get the first or second one right, but we got there. Anyway,
Welcome, ladies
Yes.
and gentlemen. Yes, it's time for your Wednesday edition. Oh, that's right. I normally say in the intro. I just jump straight into it.
sure do.
That's
Yep.
right. But yes, welcome to our Wednesday edition. We're going to hit you with the freshest news from the film, TV, and gaming world.
Yes,
and then
absolutely.
we're going to hit you with a review of a film that we have been counting down the days for, and now it's finally come. And oh boy, we got something to discuss.
Yes, we do. Now, this time I actually wrote something down. And not because... Actually,
no.
spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
Oh.
It's because I'm not... All right, let me start that again.
I'm hearing this along with you, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on to your seats.
Yeah, I was only writing reviews, essentially, if there was something I didn't like.
Yes,
Just so I
yes,
could be
of
like,
course.
shit
Yeah.
all over it and just sort of remember what I
Yes,
really
yes.
hated about it. But now I'm really trying to expand my journalistic skills, essentially. You know,
boy.
Oh boy, you know. So that
Do
way,
you drink with your pinky out too?
and not yeah, so but not only that, I've noticed like in my reviews in the past, obviously, film and movies and games and TV shows, whatever,
Yes.
are completely subjective.
Yep.
Doesn't fucking matter. If I like something, doesn't mean it's good. Vice versa.
No, of course.
So it's more just my way of being like, there's so much I want to say that I forget to say.
Yes, I understand exactly what you mean. There's so many times after I've seen something that I'll be like, oh man, I've got to bring that up. And then you just completely blank.
Yeah,
And
and
you
then-
just talk, yeah, it was really good.
Yeah,
Like,
and then a week later, you listen back and you think, damn it, I really wanted to say this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wish I brought that up. So, okay, no, that's fair. So you've got some notes prepared. That's fine. But
Yes,
before we
absolutely.
get straight into it, though,
Yep.
make sure to check out our socials, Facebook,
Yes.
Instagram, and Twitter.
Yep.
We're available on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course,
YouTube, big summer blowout. If you want to support the show as well, Patreon, tpublic.com, either one. Redbubble still, I think, if you want to check it out. Links are all there anyway.
That's right. Business inquiries or to the Patreon or PayPal even.
Yes.
Two's Company, Three's Podcast at
gmail.com.
gmail.com. But
Yes.
hold the phone, ladies and gentlemen. We have breaking news. I'm not quite sure how to say this, so please take a seat. But I saw reported on multiple news outlets across the web just today that Justin Bieber has shaved off his mustache.
That's shocking.
I
Shocking
know,
revelations.
it is shocking news and worthy of being headlines
Yes,
across the globe, of
absolutely,
course.
yes.
But for the fans of the stash, have no fear. It will return one
will
day, he
return.
said.
Okay. Now, obviously, Justin Bieber has gone through some turmoil and ups and downs throughout his life, and there was obviously a period in his life where he really felt the need. You know, he's only a young bloke, but everybody has kind of like a midlife crisis at any age. He obviously really needed that mustache.
No, that's exactly right. And I'm glad you said midlife crisis because, I mean, I think I speak for 90% of the world when I say I hope he dies in like 24 years. So yeah, no, 100%, man, midlife crisis.
Hey, Jesus Christ, you just wish death upon somebody.
No,
but-
sorry, I had to bring that up because this is what the world has become, where I saw this on count them, 4 different media outlets as like, not breaking news, but it was like a headline.
news.
A headline, shaves off the stash.
Absolutely.
Really?
But not only that, if you scroll
Oh my
all the way
God.
right on your Snapchat, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see a nice little article from somewhere saying about some attractive blonde woman was banned from Tinder because she was too hot.
I saw this one as well, and my God, actually, it's in the notes, man. It's my second story.
Oh, sorry,
It's the
I'm
second
spoiling
story. I
it.
know
Yeah.
all these breaking news stories, but yeah, you're right because everybody kept thinking it was an artificial page, like a robot page.
Yeah.
I mean, how is this news?
This is not.
It's a frustrating thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, this is why. If anybody's noticed, we're not a pop culture podcast. We're a film, TV, and gaming podcast because pop
Yes.
culture covers a lot of shit
Yes,
that we
absolute
really
rubbish,
don't
yeah.
care about. So
And 90% of our content's talking about what upcoming horrors there are anyway.
Exactly,
So,
that's right.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea for something we should do as like a side project. But anyway,
yes, it does
we'll
sound
get
good.
there. But
Yes,
all
yes.
right, let's get straight into the actual news.
I thought you were about to go trailer park.
No,
I was like, hold on a second.
I'm saving that for Friday. Get ready. Make sure
Yes.
you to subscribe. But
Today, Junior.
But
Yes.
kicking things off with actual big news,
Yes.
at least to us,
Yep.
Matt Reeves.
Yes,
He
Matt Reeves.
is the upcoming director of The Batman.
Yes, writer and director of The Batman. And
Yes.
as everybody would know by now, anybody who has access to the internet and has any level of
Yes.
interest in pop culture in general.
Well, yeah.
You know, the videos has been announced where the screen test of Robert Pattinson in the iconic Batsuit
Ooh,
on his
boy.
Vimeo account, which then eventually went to Twitter and all
I
over
saw
the
it on
world.
YouTube.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
it on his Vimeo account. I saw somebody post about it. But this is the first reveal of the man in the costume and wearing the cowl.
That's
and
right.
once you've brightened the image a little bit, because a lot of people have taken the image and,
Oh,
and
of course.
changed
You're
it
going
so
to
that way
impose
can
it.
see
Make
it.
sure you can see it better. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of made of leather.
Yeah.
And rather, have you seen these images?
I haven't seen the Brighton ones, the imposed
Okay.
ones, but yeah.
So it's kind of strange seeing him in the costume. It reminds me of a George Clooney because it's kind of a skinnier,
Okay.
sort of older school kind of Batman look. But obviously,
Yeah.
that's only going off what we've seen so far, which is not much.
Yeah.
But the cowl itself, it doesn't come right out to the chin. It kind of goes under the neck, which is different from the previous two
Yes.
Batman, which I like.
Yeah.
Which is obviously people are going to be a bit weirded about it because they're used to it coming right out to the chin.
Yeah.
And now
So
it's not.
So you're not a huge fan of the exposed chin, or you just think it
Well,
looks different?
I think it looks different,
Okay.
but I'm excited for it.
I was gonna say I'm okay with it, and
Yeah.
like, man, seriously, the first thing I noticed after like the slow pan up and you see him in the suit,
Yeah.
I was like, that jaw,
Yes.
that jawline.
We've been saying this
Oh.
from day one that he
Yes.
does have the head.
This is a Sonic theme again, where
Yeah.
we've been talking about this since like episode 3 or 4 maybe,
Yeah.
and as soon as it was announced, and we both went, yes,
Yeah.
that face, and now we're
That's
getting
why-
a pretty good look at it, and
Yeah.
whew.
That's what I thought. Like the option was either Robert Pattinson or Nicholas Hoult.
Yes.
And Nicholas Hoult, yes, great actor, but I just don't think he's still his face isn't masculine.
I
in a sense.
was gonna say, I think it is, and this is gonna sound so stupid, but I think the difference between Robert Pattinson and Nicholas Hoult is Nicholas Hoult has more of a round face.
and that's what I see.
Robert Pattinson has that nice, slender, masculine, defined face,
That
whereas Nicholas
chiseled
Hoult,
jawline,
exactly,
yeah.
but not just the jaw. It seems to run up the face as well. Nicholas Hoult just seems to. I just visualize a ball, a very handsome ball.
Yeah,
you know,
and like the Bane in the street would look at that and go, "I don't want to punch that. That face is too
exactly
too cylindrical."
He
but,
looks lovely.
Yeah.
I feel like if that man was a zombie, he might care for me.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
but
you know?
Robert Pattinson, I'm not saying he has a face you could punch, but I'm saying that like Batman villains would
It's
look
a
at that
lot more
face and want to punch.
punchable.
It's a lot
Yeah.
more punchable.
Exactly.
And I say that in the way that it looks like it could take a punch.
Yes,
Because of
yes.
how masculine and strong that
that's right.
jawline
Where
is.
I could totally see Nicholas Hoult getting punched and then being like, "Mum,"
Yeah.
you
And
know?
then he's going to go, "Oh wait, I'm Batman. I don't have a mum."
the Dad? Oh no.
But back
Yes.
to the cowl.
Yes.
It looks like it's made of leather.
Yeah.
Which means it's less military style. It's a bit
Oh,
more
yeah, yeah,
sort of
yeah.
homemade, essentially. And I think
cool,
saying
cool.
that too, obviously, like the chest plate looks futuristic, but the
Yes.
cowl having this kind of leather look, it's got me wondering what kind of time period this is going to be set in, whether this is an 80s or a 90s or modern day thing. I don't really know.
No, that's right. And we know nothing about the plot at this stage, do we?
No, there's nothing out.
So, are you okay if this isn't an origin story?
I'd be, well, as I said a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Last week, week before that.
Whether it was like, yeah, but recently.
I know that the film is going to have a rogues gallery of villains.
Of
Penguin,
course.
Colin
Yeah.
Farrell has cast as the Penguin. We've got, I think there's rumors of Riddler. Actually, no, that Riddler was confirmed.
Yep.
I'm not sure who else. I don't think there's any Joker because at this point,
Well,
I don't think they really wanted to
as
try
weird
that.
as weird as it sounds, too soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
You know?
So I do know that there's going to be several different Batman villains in
Yes.
this film. But
Catwoman's involved as well.
yes, Lenny Kravitz's daughter. What's
Yes,
her name?
Zoe.
Zoe Kravitz, yeah, of course. But I mean, fair enough. Catwoman kind of being a villain. I mean, they'll fuck.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
for
they
sure.
got- yeah, the bat and
sure.
the cat, man.
Yeah,
Ooh.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Your classic.
Your classic bat,
Yeah.
bat cat situation. You
That's
know?
right.
Yeah. How many times have you gone out the bat and gone and just heard meow?
Yeah, that's
You know,
right.
like,
You see it all the
the
time.
bats and the cats,
Yeah.
you know.
Anyway,
You get it.
what was I saying? Where was I going with that? Oh yes,
bestiality.
I would love it
Yeah.
to be like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Batman's been around for 10 years.
Everybody gets it.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Although they have tried that already with Batfleck, you know,
Yeah, of
but
course.
that was like almost as if he's been Batman for like 30 years. You know, he was over it, he was older, he was grizzled.
Robert Pattinson's still a young man.
Who's the youngest person to play Batman so far?
There you go.
But I hope that he's not going into, oh, hey, here's my origin story. I hope that it's like, yeah, I've been doing this for a few years now.
Yeah, exactly.
I've met everybody. I've got a few enemies.
Yeah.
And this is the big event in this Batman's life.
Throw an odd flashback in there that lasts for a couple minutes.
Yeah, just to give us
something
something.
like that, just to give a bit of substance towards this particular Batman.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
yeah.
I'd be happy if it just jumped straight into, look at me, I'm Batman.
Yeah.
You know?
And not only that too, but I know we've talked about this before, and I say this almost every episode that we've
course.
talked about this before, but I really like where Warner Brothers is going with their DC universe at the
Yes.
moment, because it was obviously crashing and burning for a while, but there was another image released for the Wonder Woman 1984 film that's coming out, and Gal Gadot in this really sexy golden outfit, and the trailer of that, like, I mean, that movie looks killer. But that's still kind of set in the previous DCEU.
Yeah.
I like that they're continuing on with that, and Birds of Prey is now almost like its own thing, and then The Batman is going to be its own thing. Joker did its thing over here. I like that they've got 10 different movies in the works and none of them are connected.
Very much so.
I love that.
No,
So-
exactly. If they can't compete with Marvel in their intertwining world of everything's got to be connected,
Which everybody's kind of getting over now at this point.
yes, and I'm pretty sure, me being not the comic book fan, I'm sure I said that like before this trend
happened.
started to happen. Like it was around Avengers Endgame, and I'm like, yeah, but stop it. Not everything has to be connected.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know,
so-
and we've been beating that over the head like a dead horse. you
Oh
know.
fuck yeah, and we'll keep doing it. Make sure to subscribe.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
no,
I would
so-
love this
so
film to
that's
just
very exciting.
pick up
news.
5 years, 10
exactly.
years down the track.
Why
Yeah.
the hell not? Now the next bit of news has me very intrigued, and you chucked it in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know too much about this, but I saw the images, and I'm kind of like, ooh.
Yeah, so it's quite intriguing. And as I put
Yes.
in the notes, I'm surprised this didn't happen sooner. But now humans are so attached to their smartphones. We all have smartphones. I don't know anybody who doesn't have a rectangular phone with a big flat screen on it. Like,
My soon-to-be 75-year-old father, he has a smartphone now.
oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
So even he
Yep.
can join in the future of at-home cinema.
Yeah.
Because in a world first, I think it's a Russian director. We'll get to those details more in a moment. But the world's first vertical format blockbuster. So I think it's a big budget film production is going to make a movie called V2 Escape from Hell, edited and shot and intentionally completely designed for upright smartphone screen. Wow.
Yeah.
Smartphone screens.
No. I prefer the first ones. A fart phone cream. Yeah. No, fart phone cream. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think it will really. Yeah. So V2 Escape from Hell. Now, if that doesn't sound like a glorified Snapchat story, I don't know what does. And
Well, it's funny you say that because I think I actually originally saw that on the Snapchat sort of newsreel. You know, when you swipe
Yes.
all the way to the side, like we
Shock
talked
and
about
awe.
earlier.
Yeah.
Just like Justin Bieber's mustache.
that's right.
Yeah.
This all comes full circle, ladies and gentlemen. See,
Yeah.
the news is connected. But speaking of this one, I mean, honestly, man, if this is just something that they're doing on devices for a lazy generation of teenagers, that's fine.
Yeah,
Keep it there.
if you like watching entire 2-hour films lying in bed staring directly into your phone screen, like most of you fucking do, I know you do, I do as well, but not movies. But
You're
if
probably
you do,
doing it now if you've headed to our YouTube page and subscribed and ring that bell.
don't forget to like the video as well and find
leave
us
a
on
comment.
Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and
YouTube,
YouTube already.
Big Summer Blowout.
That was
That's
real
right.
annoying.
Yeah, but either way, which is ironic. If they're laying down in bed watching this vertically, their phone is literally horizontal when they're doing that.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's right.
exactly.
Yeah.
So just fucking, But either
Anyway,
way,
listen.
as long as this stays on the social media type sites and that and doesn't come near our cinemas or try and change the way we watch our films,
Yeah.
V2 Escape from Hell can escape from my life and not be involved with me.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
I'd say the same. I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck. I really don't want to watch a film.
No,
like
that's
I mean, as much as
exactly
I don't
right.
like watching films on my phone to begin with. Like
Yeah.
I watched Uncut Gems, fantastic film. Go back to our review.
Yeah.
Entirely on my phone. And it's the worst fucking thing ever having to watch a film like entirely on your phone.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
no,
speaking
I don't
of
like
phones and movies,
Yes.
finally.
What a segue.
Moving on to the next
Yes.
segue. This was an interesting one that I noticed that you put in the notes this
I
week,
had
but
to.
I did see it.
I had to.
It reminds me of Seinfeld.
Exactly. That's
because
the
of-
only reason I know what this is. is.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely. But I'll let you carry this one because I didn't really look too far into it.
No, that's fine. So basically, any Seinfeld fans out there, you would remember Cosmo Kramer getting a new phone number and it being 1 digit off movie phone, which is what millions of people for so many years in the late 90s or mid 90s to late 90s used to find out what movies were playing where and when.
Yep.
And it was just an automated service. Click 1 to pick your cinema, things like that. And Moviephone now is worth 1% of its former value.
Yes.
And has 1 employee left.
Yeah.
Which is amazing because most people would have assumed this died years ago, but it turned into an app.
Yeah,
So-
but not only that, I did read a little bit of the article the other day that the same company, Moviephone, is the one that tried that Movie Pass thing, which is where you pay an ongoing subscription every month, and you get to go to the cinema as many times as you want.
Oh, that's amazing.
And as much as that idea is amazing, and I remember seeing that idea years ago, it died in the ass big time.
Which is so disappointing because
it
honestly...
crushed everybody at this industry except for this one guy.
Well, no, he's literally only being held on. I can't remember his name, but he's like the head of it at the moment. He's only being held on until the actual transfer of it's being bought out complete.
Just fucking... that's the thing, like, who's buying it?
All I imagine...
Who's going to want this?
No, that's...
What can they do with it?
Exactly that. Well, as in, it was bought by AOL in, I'm not sure which year, 1999, for $388 million. And now it has a value of $4.3 million.
Hey, AOL at the time would have been like, this is going to be big, man.
No,
This is
exactly.
gonna crush it.
Yeah. No, that's nobody. They couldn't have envisioned at that stage that people would literally have devices in their hands that can do everything.
Yeah,
You know,
because
they were-
in 1999, people were still walking around with Discmans and tape, like Walkmans.
Yep.
And they had like your pocket calculators and pocket radios, everything.
Yep.
People, young kids, I know you're listening, and watch it, I suppose, on your fucking smartphones.
Yeah, that's right. Flip it around.
Stupid kids.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, we're not vertical.
Yeah. Did they even get that?
Well, I don't know, but
even sure
either
at this
way,
point.
man, at this stage of the night,
yeah,
all right, let's wrap
everything-
this match up.
Yeah, everything you do and have on your mobile phone was like a completely alien concept back in the 90s.
Oh, absolutely.
The fact that you'll be able to do everything plus more all on the one device, but now you obviously can, and we all take it for granted. We can even watch movies in fucking 4K high quality bloody on these things now.
No, that's
you can
exactly
play
right.
video games with Google Stadia, which is not in Australia or New Zealand or anything just yet.
Yes,
Which I've been trying to keep up with in terms of news.
Yeah, I was gonna say we followed that news as soon as it was announced and waiting for the countdown, and Australia not worthy.
Australia and New Zealand, we're not
Not
getting
worthy.
it. At least not yet anyway.
Yeah, but either way, the movie phone. The only reason I chucked it in there is because of that famous scene where George calls up to find out the sessions for Channel, I believe it is, and he's like, "You selected brown-eyed girl," and then there's awkward silence, and he goes, "Why don't you just tell me the name of the movie?" I just love that so much.
Yeah.
And then he immediately fucks up again. He's like, "And now punch in your 5-digit zip code, and I'll tell you the theater closest to you."
Yeah.
And he punches in, and he's like, "Why don't you just tell me where you want to watch?" I love it so much.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Moviephone is officially at least on its last bit of life support.
Yeah.
And then it will be dead in the ass.
When you talk about things like, relics of an old time,
Yes.
old businesses that had, decent amount of income and a lot of customers and money and a lot of profits and all those sort of fancy things back in the 90s and early 2000s. I think about this quite often, but do you remember the Tone Doctor?
The tone. Oh my god, where you'd subscribe for ringtones?
Yeah.
Is that the one? Yeah.
I tried to Google the Tone Doctor and all of these other like companies. There were actual companies that used to sell like ringtones and subscriptions. There was ads for them on TV. Where
Really? Oh, wait,
do you remember?
now or back in the day?
No, back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely I do.
You try to find any kind of shred of evidence that they ever existed. Nothing.
They're all gone?
Yeah.
That's
I was like,
amazing.
where are the millionaires and CEOs of those companies? What are they doing now?
Yeah, surely there's multiple guys sitting on a beach in Barbados.
They're
just
like, we
literally-
crushed it at the perfect time, gents.
Exactly, that's right. And then I sold the company and we good. You know, like
Tom from MySpace. He's a photographer now.
Yeah, well, there you go. Exactly. But Moviephone as well. Like, they sold for $430 million.
Yeah.
And then within a decade, worthless.
Yeah, but
Like-
at least those people who bought it at the time were like,
$430 million, split that between 20, 30 executives, you're good.
You're
You're
good.
fucking good. But
Yeah.
ringtones still exist, but I guess that's what happens when Apple and their iTunes store and that just demolishes the competition. You know?
absolutely. But not only that, these
those
days...
ads, do you remember, like, as in the ringtones that it was like, if it was Oops, I Did It Again, it'd be like...
Yeah, and you used to be able to pay for them like a few dollars at a time.
It was like $3 and it was like, fuck it, I'll be so cool. Call me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, you know.
Yeah, but I also remember as well, there was a website you could go on, and this was, I think it was for Nokia 3315s or maybe the one after that.
3316s.
Oh, possibly.
No, I'm serious.
Was it actually 16?
I'm sure it was 3310, 3315. Yeah, I'm not sure what came after that.
Yeah, but there was, you know, in those old, really monotone, monophonic ringtones, because you had stereo and mono, blah, 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 like the 2 or 1 tracks, you used to be able to actually make your own ringtones by using the notes on the screen. So you used to be able to select A sharp, B flat, and make your own tunes. Obviously, like unless you knew the notes yourself, you'd be go beep, 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 you know, and make your own ringtones like that.
Yeah.
And then I think that's where the industry started to go, hold on a minute.
Yeah, wait a minute.
We can't sell these if people are making them themselves.
Yeah.
And then internet happened. And then everybody's downloading. Everything's free now.
The internet is the best, worst thing to happen to a lot of people.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely. And then streaming came kind of swooping in and kind of saved everybody.
Yeah,
maybe all those people are working for like Spotify and Netflix and Apple TV. They're all the same guys.
You got a job at Spotify, top of the list. I was the executive at True Tone. That's right.
You know, that crazy frog. I invented that.
That dude is making a mozza still to the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
But moving on, I just wanted to quickly touch on, because it is going to be a main feature of our review later in the episode.
Yep.
But I just needed to have a little bragging moment, you know. I got to. Last week, I said Sonic will become the highest grossing video game adaptation film of all time at the box office. And opening weekend, it is now the highest grossing video game adaptation at the box office for its opening weekend.
Absolutely.
Overtaking Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, and Detective Pikachu was quite a good film, but like if I compare them side by side, I liked Sonic a lot more. In that sense.
We'll get into
I'll
that.
get into that
Absolutely.
more. But yeah, I really appreciate the fact that this film is doing well.
Absolutely,
and
man.
a lot of people are going to see it.
Yes.
And I've heard from a lot of reviewers and even myself, like you look, I mean, we're not going to go over this in terms of the design of Sonic. But it wouldn't have worked with the other one.
No, that's
the
exactly
film
right.
wouldn't have worked.
No,
100%,
man. I see exactly where you're going with that.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. And at the same time, I still feel like because of all of that, as I said last week, if they had have gotten the design right first, it wouldn't be doing these numbers.
It would be just another
It would just be another
run.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
But not only that, like people are saying, you know, they're praising the performances, the writing, the animation, the directing. So legitimately people are enjoying this film, which is a good thing. So the fact that it's breaking records in terms of financial success, that's really good.
I itched my face like this and then went, oh, sorry. Head on over to YouTube to watch a poorly edited video. But anyway, yes, I'm glad it's doing well, and we're going to track the progress of this as it goes until it breaks the record, and then you have to bow down to me, okay? That was the rule. We agreed on it. Anyway, from Russia with Love.
Yes, Stranger Things.
Now, this one I had to chuck in because I'm uber excited, and you're uber excited to hear how excited I am. So, from Russia with Love, Stranger Things released their first teaser for Season 4, and oh boy, did they give away the biggest cliffhanger ever.
This isn't a teaser. This is like, hey, this is exactly what's happening.
No, exactly. That's right. Like, for any Stranger Things fans out there, it's been long enough. If you haven't watched it yet, I apologize. I'm about to spoil it. So at the end of the season, they like drove away and that they're moving houses and stuff. And I've forgotten his name. Oh my god, I can't believe that.
Big fan.
Yeah, no, old mate. The detective. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, I'm very embarrassed right now. But either way,
you got to open the article.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Jim Hooper. Yeah. Yes. Detective Hooper. Yes, I did it. Sheriff Hooper. I can't remember. Either way, I know.
The fat cop played by David Arbor in Stranger Things.
That's right. Hellboy.
Supposedly died at the end of Stranger Things season 3.
He got sucked into the Upside Down and, apparently obliterated it. And then right at the end of the season 3, there was a little cutaway to Russia where they were doing experiments on the black goop and the...
Demigorgon dogs and things like that.
Yeah, and then they said, no, don't grab the American or something like that. And they grabbed the Russian guy. And it's like, American in Russia? What? Anyway, teaser comes out, and there he is straight away. Yeah. It's like, why do that?
I didn't watch the teaser.
Yeah.
I saw the image.
Yeah, exactly. No, every article, it's top of the fucking thing. It's like, oh, great.
It's like, and everybody's complaining in the comments are all complaining about the same thing. Like, way to give away the big... I mean, we already kind of knew it.
Yeah.
But, you can still try it at least.
You teased the potential. You gave yourself an out in case you weren't going to go that route. But now you have literally just gone, oh, by the way, haha, he's all good.
Yeah.
Why? Why do that? I mean,
he's got a haircut.
You sprinkled that season 4 bait right at the end of the thing. Oh, there's an American in Russia. Who could it be? Maybe introduce a new character or something.
Did he die or is it who we think it is?
Exactly.
And then bam, here he is.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, it's not even a proper trailer. It is literally just a teaser, some Russian people like all shackled together working on a railroad, and then he turns around. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. I'm so hyped now. Like, yeah. Either way, I am hyped as fuck. You could tell how big a fan I was. But
you're getting all the names right first.
Yeah, it just shut the fuck up. It just to me, it just seems like a silly choice to just do that, throw that out straight away. So
especially when there's so many fans that these shows rely on cliffhangers. That's why these sort of shows last so long.
No, that's right. And not only that, being on Netflix, it's one of those shows that if you haven't seen a minute of it, you can watch it all next weekend and be ready for this new season.
Yes, you can.
But you now know that this dude that you see from episode 1 in season 1 is going to die but then be back. Yeah. Yeah, it's frustrating that they chose that to be the particular teaser, but either way, I mean, Stranger Things
we all knew it was coming, so they didn't really need a teaser to begin with.
No, that's right.
They could have done anything. They could have been like, oh, the kids are back, they're in this wacky adventure, they're in a new town, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, they go for the biggest fucking spoiler.
I'd love if they addressed it like that as well. Like, what will they do next? Elves levitating cats in Pittsburgh.
They totally could, though. It's the kind of show that would get away with that kind of humor.
Oh, they should get a laugh track. Yeah. Oh my God, the Demogorgon's chewing my ankle.
It would have been fine.
Yeah, but either way, I mean, I'm hyped as fuck for it, but at the same time, like we just said multiple times, why?
Don't spoil the surprise.
Why you got to do that?
Why you got to do that?
Why you got to do that?
Yeah, but also why you got to do that, Disney?
Yeah.
Aladdin 2 is on the way, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right, it is.
Yeah. Guy Ritchie is back. Mm-hmm. Not that he really needs to be. People are saying that it could have been done by anybody, but he is back.
But why not?
Oh, why not? Yeah, the guy needs a paycheck, of
Talented
course.
as fuck director.
Yeah, why not?
If you haven't seen Aladdin and you've got kids, what are you doing? Yeah. But if you haven't seen Aladdin, it's actually really damn good. Like, you still haven't seen Aladdin, obviously.
I still haven't seen it.
You have no interest in it?
Nope.
That's totally fine.
Yeah.
But I took my kids to see it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And
you said it was a good film.
Yeah, for a live-action remake, it's actually really damn good. Will Smith is fantastic.
Yeah.
The lead guy, what's his name? Man, I'm doing well with names today.
The lead guy is the guy that we talked about a few weeks ago, where he said he was struggling to get new roles.
Yes, Mena Massoud.
He's fine now. He'll be in.
Well, no,
Aladdin too.
No, but see, that's the thing. As we discussed then, he only got like a smidge of a paycheck for this. Like, I think it was a couple $100,000, which I know is, oh my God, to a normal person, but to an actor, that's not much at all for such a successful billion-dollar film.
Yeah, absolutely.
Compared to Will Smith, who got paid multiple millions.
Yeah.
But this one happening, he is definitely, and it was confirmed back then, if it gets picked up for a sequel, he'll make multiple millions for this one.
Yeah, well, I suppose
based on the success.
The success of the film is basically based upon how well the actors perform and how it's directed and written and all that sort of stuff. So it goes to show that not obviously Guy Ritchie knows what he's doing, but not all of his films have had sequels.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Any of them that I can think of.
And of course, he's going to pick the one that made $1 billion.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Because he's going to make another $1 billion.
That's right.
Were you familiar with the original Aladdin stories and the sequel, Return of Jafar?
I don't remember what the story sequel was, but I remember the film.
Yeah. So I remember it existing too, but I can't think of any kind of story points apart from the fact that Jafar returns.
No, that's right. But as you just mentioned, the sequel of the animated one, this one is going to be a completely original concept, just going off on its own now.
Is that true though? Because I've heard conflicting stories. I've heard that it will be a Return to Jafar. So
where's Movie Phone when you need them?
I know. We're going to ring them up and find out straight away and find out where it's coming and when.
That's right. But if you wanted to do that, I mean, we can tell you.
Yeah, tune into Friday, of course.
That's right. Or call us.
Yeah, just give us a ring. Yeah, I'll put Mitch's number up on the screen below.
Lucky I'm editing this video.
Yeah. Good luck with that, by the way.
Yes, no, exactly. We apologize if this video seemed to... It probably won't, and we're just paranoid, but if it seems a little bit confuddled, there's particular reasons for behind the scenes, but either way, all is well. We still like each other.
I've been very skeptical about trying to open up the next link because I'm watching on the screen. So anybody listening to the podcast, in our studio, we have a screen where we see the audio editing software.
Yes.
And for whatever reason, when I went to open up a new tab on my computer to get some more information about the topics that we're discussing, it kind of fucks with things a little bit.
Yes, that's right.
In this case, it didn't, but I really wanted to put this in because I found this quite interesting. Now, this is our first gaming topic of the week.
Yes, so this is all you, big boy.
Yeah, so, well, this is actually one I wanted to bring up because I think you may be more familiar than me.
Oh.
Esports.
Yes.
So I'm not sure how much of esports you've actually watched, but I know you're versed in the world of esports with Fortnite tournaments and things like that.
There it is.
And obviously, you were waiting for it.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously, like, Twitch, you would think is the big dog in terms of video game streaming these days. Obviously, people do it to Facebook, people do it to YouTube, people do it to Mixer, and whatever other streaming services are out there, if there are any.
I'm sure there are.
But over the past 3 years, there's been Blizzard's Overwatch League, which has been like a massive event happening over the past few years where they were primarily streaming through Twitch, which was officially their broadcasting partners.
Okay.
For this year's, apparently it's going to be the biggest one they've ever had, but they've moved it directly to YouTube.
Wow.
They've moved it away. So just like Ninja, who was Twitch's biggest streamer, moved away from Twitch and obviously went somewhere else for a big paycheck. But
he's gone to Mixer.
Yes, he has.
So he's the big boy on Mixer.
Yeah.
He's like the only boy on Mixer.
Yeah. Which is, okay, he got paid. Fuck, I'd be doing the same.
The amount of money
if
he
we were to
signed for
get
a
paid
contract.
$10 million to only stream this on Mixer, I'd be doing the same fucking thing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
We've discussed
And you would too.
we've discussed streaming games for a while, and the fact that he signed a contract of that magnitude of multiple millions for years.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do it.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But so the Overwatch
they've
League
moved over to YouTube.
Yeah, it has moved over to YouTube, and that has me thinking, because obviously YouTube being owned by Facebook and Google, well, actually Google, sorry, not Facebook, being like a global conglomerate of a corporation and has all the money on the planet.
Of course they do.
I think this goes to show that YouTube is still bigger.
Oh yeah.
Tenfold.
Well,
obviously not just for streaming, but just in general.
I was going to say, let's not underestimate the power of YouTube, because yes, Twitch is the big boy in streaming.
Yeah.
Now YouTube is making some waves and it's getting up there. Yeah. But let's not put aside the fact that YouTube would be viewed multiple times millions above Twitch.
Oh yes, in comparison, just with everything else.
That's exactly right.
It'll take you like a billion years to watch every video.
If for example, when we had Idina Menzel in Uncut Gems,
yes,
where do you think I went to watch the video for John Travolta fucking up her name royally?
Yeah.
I went straight to YouTube and just typed that in,
absolutely.
So viewing wise, eyeballs wise, YouTube is still the dog, but it's just going to take those people, enough people to move over there, or enough events to move over there for people to go, oh, this is streaming too. Well,
most places like E3, the E3 conferences and all that, and when game companies are announcing new things, they usually stream it to both platforms anyway.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show that YouTube is still the big dog in this fucking race. Also, that and there's a billion Twitch streamers out there. I'll occasionally go on Twitch and watch something and go, you know what, I'd rather just play this myself and turn it off and watch it myself. I'll play it myself. Sorry.
Do you know what my favorite part about all of this is?
Yeah.
The fact that, do you know where I watch my Twitch streamers?
On YouTube?
YouTube clips.
Yeah.
So I head to YouTube and watch a condensed version of an 8-hour stream that they've made funny with the edits and stuff.
That's right. Because sometimes
minutes.
it's annoying just sitting there watching these people just eat food and go, oh, I shot that guy.
That's exactly right. Yeah, exactly. All right.
That's why I can't stream, because I can't sit there and talk while I'm playing a video game. I'd rather be concentrating, or I'm yelling at the screen.
Oh, see, I can. I just, after a few hours, I kind of get bored with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
Especially when you've only got 6 viewers.
Yeah, and it's me. And I'm just talking shit, telling you to
you're sending me
fuck
message,
you, dude.
Yeah. Oh, the amount of times I've had to deal with that shit. And I'm like, what is the point of this? How do you even get a start in this? It's just personal people being bitches.
That's right, yeah. But then you hear about people going on and making it big streaming, and it does happen. It's definitely a platform which
it's going to be happening for the rest of time, as far as we can see right now.
Yeah. It just makes me think, I wonder what's next. Obviously Twitch, and there's Mixer, and once one person does
vertical stream gaming.
Vertical streaming.
Vertical game.
Yeah, well, people are streaming their mobile phones, so maybe they're going to be tuning it up and playing some Candy Crush.
Oh, I was about to say Candy Crush streaming.
Actually, hold on a minute.
Well,
people have well and truly done that.
Surely somebody streamed Candy Crush.
Sure.
If not, I want to stream Homescapes, because I am a bitch at that game. I will murder any fucker in Homescapes.
And you know what? If you're the one person doing it, I'm sure there's an audience
surely
for
there's
it.
going to be somebody watching. You know, it's got hundreds of thousands of players across the world. Surely somebody goes, I want to see this dude beat
Whenever
this level.
I stream a game, and it's not my face, it's literally just the game things of old games like Rage 1 from 2011 or whenever that game was. Nobody knows about it anymore. Nobody cares. I still get 1 or 2 people sit there and watch it for an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not my own phone. It's people there's always an audience for these older, obscure kind of options. So if you ever feel like getting into Twitch streaming and you want to do it on your phone and you're just fuck it.
Dude, seriously, I always want to tell you, hey, can we hook up a session for me to play Homescapes?
I'm totally cool with that, dude.
Exactly, and hook me up, having the face cam in the corner, but me playing Homescapes, and I'll just commentate what I'm doing.
Yeah, I have no idea what Homescapes is, but I'm sure you'll be able to lecture me on it.
I'll tune into the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Mitchell_TCTP or whatever it was.
Or whatever it is at the moment.
Exactly, that's right. I mean, but anyway, speaking of big dicks.
Yes. Sony
Yes.
is having a big problem with the PlayStation 5 price.
Yes.
Now, I added a few more notes to this article because
I did notice, yeah.
did some Googling, some research, very hard-hitting research. And there's obviously speculations about the upcoming prices of the next generation consoles because, like every generation, they're built with the next latest and greatest technology, except PC, of course, because they're so flexible, you can build them however you want. They're always going to be miles ahead. Reason being, you can spend $10,000 on a PC.
Yes.
Nobody is going to want to spend $10,000 on a home video game console.
Not a chance.
To play, So the thing is, they're speculating around $400 to $500, up to $800 to $900 for the PlayStation 5.
Yep.
Speculation going off the hardware that they're building this thing with, because it is next level, it is the next best thing. But at the same time, Microsoft made that big fucking mistake when the Xbox One originally came out by charging, in Australian dollars, $600 for the console, which was youch.
Yeah.
And nobody bought it because of that.
Exactly.
PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4, essentially better in certain ways. Like, obviously, they both have their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, but I'll go down swinging at PS4.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're more than welcome to do so. I've got my arguments for Xbox.
Yes.
And, vice versa, of course.
You got the Kinect. That's all you got, bitch.
Well, that's why it was priced that much. They don't include the Kinect anymore because they realise nobody wants to pay this thing that's going to allow me...
But they still charge that.
They still charge that amount.
charge $600 for the Xbox One. Yeah. So, what were you saying about the PS4?
Well, if they learn the lesson that Microsoft learned, and that, yes, they may lose a bit of money, probably lots, initially... by selling these things which have shit-hot hardware in them for a lower price. Heaps of people will buy them because they're getting a shit-hot piece of technology for a lower price and they're going to crush it again.
Now, just for the non-gamers out there, shit-hot means good.
Yes, shit-hot.
Okay, good.
That's actually a good point. It's an Australian term. Shit-hot usually means something that's very, very,
I was
going to
say, I can imagine somebody listening outside of Australia or cultured Australian listening and being like, shit-hot. Like a diarrhea? Ooh, that is not good.
This thing's going to be a piece of shit.
Oh, it had steam coming off it. That mustn't be good.
No.
Darling, call the doctor.
But yes. So because these new consoles, like every generation, as I said, have the latest and greatest technology built into them, people are speculating based off those specifications, the costs that may go into purchasing the item.
Yeah, but, so between upwards of $800 possibly with this new tech.
People saying, well, they've got this
at the worst,
this kind of CPU, this kind of graphics card, this kind of whatever, but I think that's way too far-fetched. They may get away with it because, the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro have been up there, but nobody's going to buy it.
I was going to say straight up, I will not buy if it's more than $600.
Yeah,
I'd say 600 at the max with the way the economy's moving and stuff. It's going to be brand new technology and stuff. $600. Okay, that sounds somewhat reasonable for a casual gamer.
That's how much I paid for my Xbox One X.
Yeah,
and that was when they were relatively new, which is the next big 4K. It's essentially it's a slightly, I don't know by how much, but more powerful than the most powerful PS4. But they're obviously going to the next level where they're going to be doing 8K fucking this and that and whatever.
Of course.
Streaming and all this.
They're going to try and be ahead of the technology that will come while this is out.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely. So I don't have any speculation or news as to what the price point for the Xbox,
but
whatever
at the end of the day,
be.
with me being a Sony user, I need to, when I find out the price, I need to basically go, all right, I'm paying for a glorified Fortnite player and Blu-ray player.
Yes.
That's all it is. So if it's above 600, I'm like, probably not.
See, for someone like myself, going off that topic, like I originally bought a PlayStation 3 many years ago, back when, before I had an Xbox One, solely for the purpose of Blu-ray.
Yeah,
because at the time I was like, I could just watch a DVD. And then I got onto Blu-ray, I was like, what the fuck have I been doing this entire time?
No, that's right. I remember the first time I played a Blu-ray and went, fuck.
I remember the first time I played a DVD. It was a movie called The Hurricane with Denzel Washington. My brother and I watched it like 6 times in a day.
At least yours is cool. My very first DVD that I put in myself to watch on my own TV was Inspector Gadget.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. I love it. I know. I still watch the shit out of that
Taylor and I
movie.
bought that recently, and Taylor's like, you haven't watched it.
You
it's
bought
like,
it, man?
I've watched it twice.
Oh, I could have lent it to you, and we could have shared a bond. Damn it. But I will go down swinging, and I will say until the end of day that Inspector Gadget 2 with French Styles is a modern day masterpiece. It is so Bad good.
Oh yeah, bad. Good.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a piece of shit, but it is so good.
I don't
bad.
think I've ever actually seen it.
No,
I may
exactly.
have.
I
don't know.
It was on Netflix.
Yeah.
No. I had it on a hard drive. I downloaded it off a payable service.
It's payable, but you didn't pay for it. It was just payable at the time.
Paid for the hard drive. Anyway, speaking of big dicks and Sony, last one I just wanted to chuck in here in the gaming news because I felt like, I'm not much of a gamer, so I better chuck something in here for the fans. They just, as of 5 days ago, released a brand spanking new, fresh trailer for the PS4.
Yeah, and it's very interesting.
It's a very unique trailer. I'm glad you watched it. It's very unique
I watched it about a week ago, and I think, like, why didn't
5 days ago, man. Follow along.
Yeah, cool, whatever. Anyway, facades and stuff. I'm literally lost because I don't know fucking what day it is. Anyway, what was I saying?
I bet you watched it, and it's
the
very
trailer.
weird.
So if you haven't gone and watched the new PlayStation 4 trailer just yet, it's very interesting. So there's a room. And
it's a warehouse.
Warehouse.
Like a barn.
Military unit is walking through.
There's like a military SWAT team coming in with guns and shit.
And there's like hundreds of PlayStation 4s hooked up, and they're all running off like literal hearts.
Yeah, it's a heart farm.
Yeah,
it is a heart farm, and they are all terrified. Like they are like mortified at the prospect of these live hearts going.
People are watching this and going, "Oh, this is a really unique trailer," but like, you know, a lot of these things are built in Chinese factories, so maybe I wonder where they're getting all these hearts from. Maybe the children of...
It's the children.
Yes, exactly.
It's the children, yes.
Yeah,
no,
so
exactly.
that was
PlayStation literally runs off small Asian children's hearts.
Yes.
For $1 an hour, they get these hearts hooked up and you're ready to go. Fortnite, Battle Bus, here we come.
They take the heart out and they replace it with a PlayStation 4.
No, that's exactly right. The kid walks around ejecting Blu-rays out its ass.
Absolutely, yeah. I don't know where we were going with that, but on the topic of PlayStation,
okay,
where I was going to before we went off track, of course.
Rabbit hole.
The idea of having a PlayStation 5, as you said, for you, it's a Fortnite and it's glorified Fortnite and Blu-ray player. Mm-hmm. For someone like myself who played a lot of PlayStation as a kid, PlayStation 2, I've kept all of my games, or most of the ones that I like.
Yep.
Taylor plays PlayStation 4.
Yes.
I've primarily moved on to Xbox since the 360, which I still have, of course. But I've recently moved into this new house, and I've set up a classic gaming room where I have a small little box TV hooked up with a PlayStation 1.
Oh my lord.
Now,
when and where? Well, I mean, I know where, but when?
Just there.
I know.
Yesterday.
Shut up. When?
There are so many great classic PlayStation 1 games and PlayStation 5, and I believe Xbox, but I don't know, but it's confirmed PlayStation 5 will have full backwards compatibility.
If it does, man.
Which means, which means no more failed PlayStation 1 mini attempts.
Oh, which means Twitch streaming for us will actually have more motivation behind it because we can play an old school game.
I want to play games that I want to play on the PlayStation. I was going to say,
exactly. You love playing those old games, and like you said, there isn't much of an audience anymore, but there is an audience, and if you're able to play PS1s on PS5, so much more convenient.
Yeah, well, most people emulate them on PC now, and most of the games did come out eventually.
That's not the same.
That's the thing. I really like playing games, especially classic games, the way that they are intended, on their clunky old controls.
On their disc that you hear going...
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, like, people like shit on the Nintendo 64 because of, like, the controller was super weird. I'm, like, the one of few people on the planet who really like it.
I loved it. That was the first... Oh, sorry, I had a Sega briefly before we got the N64, and I love that controller.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it's hard, but, like, it's usable. Like, I've got to kind of swap my hands over when I'm doing certain things. But
really?
That's playing first-person shooters. If you want to strafe left, you can't. You have to, like, use your right hand to press the left button, but you're like, it's like steering a car. It's great.
I'm a Banjo-Kazooie man myself, but whatever.
Well, if you like Banjo-Kazooie, you'll like Conker's Bad Fur Day.
But I remember that from the gaming video. Check it out on YouTube.
Absolutely.
But just briefly before we move on from this, the reason I put it in there was because it's obviously got a decent budget, this commercial.
Yes.
Why the fuck not just save it for another 6 months and put it out for the PS5?
Who knows? Maybe it was just archived and they've gone, well, yeah, it is high budget.
Archive it a smidge more. And you get a smidge more and you got a brand new trailer.
Yeah, well, speaking of schmidge mores.
Oh, schmidge mores, you want to do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Thanks for tuning into that video by Two's Company Freezer Podcast. Don't be sad though, there's plenty more where that came from. Another cheeky video right there. Maybe even hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. Or, if you don't like our faces, check us out on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube.